spiritually, if there are not seasons in our life in which we are letting God do his pruning work on our life, we will end up, instead of being strong and able to bear fruit, just this very long branch that is twisted and tangled and not able to sustain the fruit that it was intended to bear. And the other thing about fruit bearing, and you think about this, for a grape branch, bearing fruit is just a natural process. It doesn't strain to bear fruit. It's not, squeezing out grapes. It bears grapes. But you think about our spiritual lives when it comes to being a disciple, bearing fruit for the Lord. If we say bearing fruit is making disciples who make disciples, for many of us, that is like pulling teeth. It is so strenuous. It seems almost impossible. We say things like, I don't have the time. I don't have the relational margin. I don't have the relational capital. I just can't do what it is that the Lord's calling me to do when it comes to investing my life into the life of someone else so that they can invest their life into the life of someone else. I just can't make disciples. I don't have the time for it. And if that's the case, if that's the kind of the feeling that you get when you hear a text like John 15:8, then it may be that you're an overgrown branch. It may be that there needs to be seasons in your life in which you allow the Lord to do his pruning work. So instead of saying yes to everything and instead of doing, you need to have a season in your life in which you step back, you swing back over here to a place of pruning, and you abide quality, meaningful, unhurried, undistracted time with Jesus so that you can be renewed in your spirit, re-strengthened in your spirit, and then swing back to a place of bearing fruit the way that you were intended to bear fruit. And I know that feels counterintuitive, and I know that feels like, Wes, I don't have time to do that. I don't have time to get away and spend time with Jesus. But if you think about our purpose, what it is we're called to do as disciples of Jesus, if we don't have time to make disciples, then we're simply mismanaging our time, and we don't have time not to. You've got to return to a place of pruning and abiding with the Lord so that you're energized and strengthened to bear the fruit we were intended to bear. If you find yourself with not enough breathing room, then it may be that this morning what's needed in your life isn't some new activity. It's removing some activity and spending some time with Jesus.